everyone, I'm Matiana and I am back with my 2 months second hair transplant update. Lately I've been busy, so I haven't been posting as much because my last video was like on the first month's update, and I have like some more videos I would like to post. Hopefully maybe this month I can do better with posting. If you're new to my channel, I did have my first hair transplant in 2017, and then in 2021, January of 2021, I just had my second hair transplant. I will leave like everything in the description box below. Make sure you check it out. One thing I'm noticing, the update of my first month hair transplant, people have been comparing my second hair transplant first month update to their first hair transplant first month update. I know it might sound confusing, but I would advise you to not do so, because for me, because it's my second hair transplant, I already have hair that's growing. For my first hair transplant, I didn't have any hair, and then on top of that, the little fuzzies were shaved. It took a long time to see hair growth, but on this time around, although my hair was shaved, but because I already had one first hair transplant, that hair is growing in faster. Don't take, this is, for instance, this is my second month. Do not take my second month and compare it to your first month of your first hair transplant. I hope this makes sense. If you're on your first hair transplant, I would suggest you check out my playlist of my first hair transplant. So that would be the best comparison for you. It's been like my second month since my hair transplant. I haven't yet noticed any fullness or any growth, because that hair is not going to start growing until the 4-month mark. So the hair that's growing is still, so far, the hair that grew from my first hair transplant. I remember this was my worst part of my traction alopecia, so I can't wait to see how that's gonna look like. So basically my hair is still growing in patchy, and that's how it grew the first time. And understanding that hair growth had different phases, of course it's gonna grow in patchy, but I'm not saying that will be the case for everybody, but just in my case, it's just growing in patchy, and that's how it grew out the first time. And then I do have braids in because I want to preserve the other part of my hair, because I was able to get it to a healthier, point, so I would like to keep it. And the mistake I made with my first hair transplant, I was so anxious and so impatient about growing this part that I was not taking care of my hair. I was just literally focused on growing this area, and by the time this area ended up growing, I realized that the hair back here was like all kind of craziness going on, and I ended up going to the hair salon and getting a nice beautiful trim. I would like to keep it healthy, so when this hair grows in, I don't have like all this hairline and then this hair is not looking presentable. So I did put it in a protective style. For my first hair transplant, I waited until the 1-year mark to put in any braids or twists, but because this is my second experience, I now believe I have like so much more knowledge, so I was very courageous to go in this time around with braid from the get-go, because from what I realized, for somebody that have suffered from traction alopecia for like over 10+ years, I know that the alopecia has surely never affected this part of my hair. It was always this part that was always affected, so therefore the braids are forever safe in this area. And for the back of my hair, everything is growing in fine. I don't have any issues with it. I don't have any problem. I don't see any scars. Just like the first hair transplant, I didn't have any scar. I didn't have any issue with the donor area. So which I'm always very grateful for, because no matter how your hair transplant goes, you want to make sure that your donor area is preserved, just in case you want to get a second or third or how many ever hair transplants. So I'm very grateful that my donor area was very well preserved, which allowed me to go ahead and get my second hair transplant. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Leave all questions and comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.